let me talk about the foundation first. And I'm going to try to move these cards closer because there is a little bit of a glare coming from the window. First of all, we have here the Death card. The Death card usually indicates finality, a situation that we need to walk away, we need to move on, we need to take better care of ourselves, and we need to provide room for new opportunities to come into the picture, okay? So a lot of you have moved on from a relationship here, from a relationship partner, from a situation that I feel that, you know, you put yourself out there and it wasn't working. So you are leaving somebody behind. You have already moved on. You are still dealing with the impact of it. We have here the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a situation where we feel kind of like that sense of betrayal, that sense of lack of support, that sense of like the other person not being truthful and honest. And it feels almost as like the revelation of the truth hurts more than, you know, like the fact that they were lying hurts a lot more than the information that they were trying to conceal. And so there was a situation that was kind of like, it's dead. It's a relationship that veered towards an inevitable end, and there's no way to recover from it. So I feel like a lot of you are still dealing with the hurts and the pain associated with a breakup in a relationship. And we have here the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups signifies that we're still hung up on something emotionally. We're not able to move on. We're not able to see all the other blessings that are left in our lives because we're so emotionally wound up and a little bit emotionally distraught as a result of a breakdown in a relationship. What is coming through Libras? I feel for some of you, it might have happened already. In the past position, we have the High Priestess. This is revelation. When it comes to like news, information, things that have been hidden from you are basically revealed to you in a very unexpected, in a very like, I feel like it's like a last ditch attempt, or it happened in a way that is just, you can't ignore it any longer. If you have been kind of on the fence, putting your life on hold here with the Hangman, if you have been on the fence, putting your life on hold and trying to, you know, hoping the situation would get better with a significant partner, I feel that you have come across some information, some truths about lies, deception, and things like that that is happening in your relationship. And moving on for the month of August, you have already moved on, okay? Which brings us to the present predicament. We have here the Temperance card. And the Temperance card basically indicates a situation where we need to be a little bit, I want to say like a little bit more patient, a little bit more like seeing the forest for the trees. We need to really take care of our health, emotional health. We need to like not run circles. For example, if you already made this choice, you want to constantly reaffirm yourself. I made this choice because it's the right thing for me. It's for my greater good. And because, you know, staying with that person hurts too much. So I feel like a choice has already been made, but some of you are still flip-flopping back and forth. Did I make the right choice? Should I have tried harder? Could the situation have gotten better? So I feel like you're dealing with a lot of self-doubt as it relates to making a decision. And regarding walking away and leaving a relationship or breaking away from a relationship. And we have here the Five of Pentacles as well. This is a card about, you know, feeling rejected, feeling like we had to leave a person behind, dealing with the loneliness and the isolation, and not being in the right emotional state to start dating again. So I feel like you're heavily caught up in a relationship that has already ended. You're kind of, you're not healed from it yet. So you're not healed from it yet. So you are still ruminating over it. You're still mourning the past, and you're not putting yourself out there. You're even like, if you are single right now, I feel like for many of you, you're not ready yet to move away. Okay. And I also feel like there might have been some recent relationship breakup. If it hasn't happened, I feel like for this month, it might come into the picture. And I feel like the person that you're dealing with, they seem to me to be very emotionally up and down. This is emotional fluctuation. This is the person that I was sensing earlier. They're unpredictable. They're doing things out of character. And you think they're one way, but they turn around and they're behaving in a totally unanticipated manner. Okay, so I feel like you're dealing with somebody that has like either very severe mood swings or very, very strong emotional ups and downs. And I also feel as well, if you are in a coupled relationship, there might be some financial issues that your partner is going through. You or your partner are both going through, one or the other, or both, that you're going through that might put a little bit of a dampening effect on the relationship. So I feel like both parties might be feeling very, very emotionally distraught because of financial fluctuations, or you might still be financially linked up with another person. And even though you're separated or you're divorced or you have broken up, there's still financial discussions that are coming into the picture, and you just want it to be done and over with so you can move on. So I feel like there are huge elements here about finances affecting a relationship if you're in one. And I also feel like there are still residual financial arrangements that needs to be discussed with the past relationship partner. Crowning this reading is something that you are thinking about. We have here the Three of Wands. This is kind of like charting new territory, wanting to take new opportunities into the world. And with the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is basically wanting to sever ties from the past so that you can move on with your life and you don't have this emotional, financial baggage that is weighing over you. Okay, so I feel like many of you are coming into this month single, still dealing with financial arrangements with another person, not being able to move away. And then others of you, you are definitely prioritizing your work, your financial situation, and you are not really entertaining the thoughts of dating and, meeting the right person. You're not really ready yet. And then others still mourning for a past relationship and feeling kind of like on the outs. So you're not comfortable about putting yourself out there and starting to date yet, okay? What's coming into the picture, and this is in the future position, we have here the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is a card about success. It's about getting very positive reception. It's about getting very, very positive accolades from other people. As it relates to dating, this is kind of like a person that is really beautiful, that is heavily sought after. And I feel like they are somebody that, they're saying here, there's somebody that is really captivating their audience. Okay, so I feel like you have somebody like this that is coming into your environment. For some of you, you might be in contact with a relationship partner. If you are separated, if you are divorced, or if they are coming in from the past, I feel like they have been very, very extravagant when it comes to their spending. And I feel like they are, it seems almost as if there's a lot of extravagant spending from the past relationship partner. And I do feel that they're spending in a very frivolous manner, and it might have created that financial hardship from your end. So I do feel that you are seeing somebody, or you are attracted to somebody right now in the future who is a little bit more materialistic. This is the Six of Wands and the Magician. The Magician is somebody who's very showy. He or she. And I feel like this is the same person here. This is the male equivalent, and this is pretty much the female equivalent. Both of these are big spenders. Both of these are very, very center of attention, attention grabbing people. And I feel like they put on a show that they have this luxurious lifestyle. And in fact, they might not have the financial resources to back it up. So once again, be very careful about your spending. Make sure you're matching up what's coming in versus what's coming out. So this need here to constantly, I feel like you're dealing with someone who's very superficial, who's very on the surface. And this is not a good energy to have, okay? It's linked up as well with the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is separation. The Three of Swords is sort of like it's like dealing with the sadness and the regrets associated with a relationship that is ending. So it's like geographical distance, emotional distance between you and the person that you were in love with. So I honestly feel for some of you, you might experience, and I'm very sorry, Libras. I feel like there is one way in which this can play out for some of you. You might have recently divorced somebody, separated from somebody, or broken up with somebody. And you're getting some news here with the Ace of Swords. You're getting some news information here that they are moving on and they're finding somebody that is very similar to them. Okay, they're moving on. And so the Three of Swords comes through in a situation where we come into some information that might be a little bit difficult to swallow. And I feel like you have a relationship partner that has moved on. And then I also feel for some of you that it could be like an ex-spouse at the end of your marriage, when the marriage ended. It seems almost like they told you, oh, I can't really pay child support. I can't really help you with alimony. I can't really do anything for you. And you gave them a lot of your time, of your emotional support, of your finances in order to prop them up. And now that, you know, they're already getting ahead in life, I feel like the relationship might have ended and they have a lot of money. And I feel that you're stuck footing the bill. So this is a major, big month for seeing the proper value in people and things. And I feel like not just for you, it's across the board for all the signs, because we have a lot of eclipses coming through during a Mercury in retrograde cycle. And I feel like one of the major things that comes through across the board when I did all the other signs was a lot of relationship needs to be reassessed, needs to be kind of recalibrated. And a lot of relationship problems and relationship cycles are playing out. And even when I didn't draw the love reading for a lot of the signs, the love aspect still showed up in the general reading. So I feel like for many of you, for people overall, the month of August is about seeing the proper value in people and things, okay? And I feel like for many of you Libras, you need to pull back your energy and take care of yourself and figure out how you can be very financially independent so that when people leave your life, you don't get dragged down, so that if you are very secure and firm and independent emotionally, financially, and I feel like mentally, when people leave your life, it's easier for you to accept the fact that, okay, we're not meant to be. And so your self-esteem, your sense of like, your sense of self doesn't get pulled in different direction as a result of the other person no longer being in your life. Does that make sense? So it's sort of like not losing ourselves in a relationship so that when the other person is no longer there, we still know who we are, and we still know that we're not going to lose ourselves, that we're not losing any parts of ourselves because that relationship is over. We're just still whole, and we need to move on to start new relationships and to have new opportunities, okay?